Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Cynthia Eloho, like you all know. And it's so good to have you guys on here. Like, how have you guys been? What is new? I mean, I cut my hair and it has been raining and I'm great. Basically. Yes, so today I want to talk about 30 things you need to do before you become 30. Yeah. So I happen to be in my 20s and I'll be 30 in some years time. And I realized that your 20s are a very special period of your life because you tend to set the foundation for your life at that stage. So I'm not going to say your teenage years because basically at that point you're still kind of like a baby because you're depending on your parents for certain decisions and you really don't know what life is all about. But then in your 20s you begin to mature and you begin to make decisions for yourself and also face the consequences of your decisions. So the thing is that when you make decisions that are bad sometimes, yeah, because most of the decisions you make are going to be bad, you tend to recover from them quickly in your 20s because you tend to like make mistakes and learn. You have enough space to do trial and error as opposed to when you're in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s. I'm not saying it's a totally hopeless situation at that point, but then it's harder compared to when you're in your 20s. I mean, in your 30s to your 40s and so on, you tend to have children, you tend to be married, you tend to have other responsibilities, so you don't necessarily have the luxury of making a lot of mistakes, and even when you make them, it's always hard to basically get back up that fast. So yeah. So you guys are going to pardon me because I have my notes down here and it's like 30 things, so I don't want to miss out anything. So you might notice me looking down sometimes, but I'm still with you guys. So without further ado, I'm going straight to the 30 things you need to do before you become 30. So the first thing you need to do is you need to read. I mean, like, you need to read basically. I know not everybody loves reading, but you don't have to love reading. You need to read if you want to grow. I mean, if you want to evolve, if you want to see the world beyond where you are right now, if you want to become somebody great or successful, you need to read. There are a lot of informations that are packed in books, people's life experiences you could learn from so as not to make them yourself. A lot of things you could get from reading books basically. I listened to a very intelligent man speak and he said something. He said before the age of 30 you ought to have read at least 30 books. So that's like saying read one book every year. So I mean, you could do more than one book every year. At this stage of your life in your 20s, you have the luxury of time. So you could just do one book monthly. I'm going to make a video totally about reading and sometime in the future basically, but I'm going to make a video about reading and how you could cultivate the habit of reading. Yeah. So the second thing you need to do is you need to master your finances. Yeah. Master your finances basically, because I mean, you can't forever like depend on your parents. If you're depending on your parents, or if you've been depending on your parents, you need to master your finances. You need to clear your debts. Don't buy luxury things you don't need. Don't impulse spend. You need to cultivate the discipline of saving. You need to learn about investing. You need to learn about how to make money and how to multiply money basically. It's one thing to make money and save money, but if you want to make money, if you want to be rich, you need to learn how to multiply money. You need to learn how to invest, read books, financial books, get a financial advisor, just go on YouTube. You have a lot of materials on YouTube basically. You need to basically clear your debts, know where you are, like currently your financial status, know where you are, then start working from there to become better basically. The third thing you need to do before you become 30 is you need to travel abroad. I mean, this is so important. It is part of your personal growth, like seeing other people's culture, seeing the way other people think. It makes you think wide. It makes you become wiser because then you're thinking beyond the environment in which we're like brought up. Everybody has different cultures, everybody has different mindset. So it helps you to not be biased when you relate with other people too, especially. It just expands your experience. So it is very important. And if you don't have like enough money, you need to start saving. That is why you're in your 20s. You had the luxury of like saving. Deny yourself of certain pleasures that you can afford to let go. You get, so just save money, and just it could be a country you've always wanted to visit, and if you can't afford that country in particular, you could try some other country, but just see the world basically. Yeah. So the fourth thing you need to do before you become 30 is you need to come out of your comfort zone. I mean, your comfort zone is where you feel safe, is where you feel protected, but you can't grow there. Basically, do something you've never done before. Try something new. Do something that scares the hell out of you. It could be skydiving, it could be flying alone, traveling alone. Do something different. I mean, the essence of living is to have different experiences, is to gather experiences. But if you're always like in your comfort zone, you're always trying to play it safe, you can't grow basically. So step out of your comfort zone. Like, this is that period basically. Yeah. So the fifth thing you need to do before you become 30 is you need to learn how to deal with stress. Your 20s are going to be filled with a lot of activities. Some might be unproductive, some might be productive, and the more you grow, the more you have a lot of things to deal with. So it's at this stage you begin to set the tone to how you deal with stress. If you're not a morning person, you know what kind of person you are. Some people are morning people, some people are evening people. And when I mean morning people, I mean like they are more productive in the morning, some are more productive at night. Kind of have good sleep patterns, learn to take a rest, try to know what triggers you, what makes you like stressed out, and try to figure out how you can actually combat this stress basically. Like, if you don't deal with it now, you just find yourself being a totally stressed out person, and if you're so stressed out, it's hard for you to function, for you to focus, and for you to improve, and you become like really, really toxic basically. So your health is so important. You need to learn how to deal with stress. Find what works for you in particular basically. Yeah. So the sixth thing you need to learn, or you need to learn before you become 30, you need to learn the basics. And when I mean the basics, I'm talking about learn how to cook, learn how to swim, learn how to drive, the basics. So when I say learn how to cook, I have some of my beautiful sisters, you don't cook because you want to impress a man, like you want to show a man your wife material. No, cook for the fun of it, let it be fun. You don't have to make life so stressful and so serious. Like, you don't have to learn how to cook like a chef, except you want to go into that field. Then obviously, take it serious. But then just learn how to make the basics, So when you're alone, you're not stuck, you're not spending money unnecessarily on fast food. You can, make something, learn how to swim. I mean, nobody prays for danger, but you never know when that can come in handy. It could be for the fun of it. But then learning how to swim is very, very important. It's very, very vital, because you never can tell when you might be in danger, and the only thing that will save you is learning how to swim, or knowing how to swim rather. Then learn how to drive. So the reason why I'm laughing is because I had this boyfriend that was teaching me how to drive some years back, and I broke his glass, the back lights. I broke it, and that was the end of my driving lesson. I mean, I was totally sorry about that, but that was the end of my driving lesson. But anyways, I'm grateful for that, because now it has made me want to pay the price to learn how to drive. So when I pay the price myself, I take it seriously. Basically. Yeah. So the seventh thing you need to do before you're 30 is to spend time with family. I mean, family is everything. Family is key. So in your 20s, so I have some friends that lost either one or two of their parents at this stage. So it's in your 20s, it begins to dawn on you that your parents are not going to be here forever. You might see someone today and tomorrow they're gone. So it makes you appreciate their presence more. And even if you don't stay together in a different city, spend time with them, connect with them through calls, through text messages, emails, FaceTime. You have the technology has made it so easy for us to connect, but just connect and make sure you like show them how much you care about them, because the hard truth is that they won't be here forever. So value them, tell them you love them while you can see them, give them all the kisses while you can still kiss them, buy them flowers for no reason while you can, basically. Yeah. So the eighth thing you need to do before you become 30 is you need to form your own political opinion. I mean, we're in a politically turbulent time. I mean, a lot is happening in the political world, and I have a lot of people that say, oh, I don't care about politics, oh, it's not my thing, oh, politics is a dirty game. No, you have to care. I mean, you're responsible for those you put in leadership, so you have to know about politics and begin to form your own opinion about politics, and basically get your own perspective. You cannot just be ignorant about politics. It is very vital. You have every right to vote, and who is going to like rule you, who is going to be in charge of the country you live in. So it's actually very important that you become very what's the word now, politically savvy. So the ninth thing you need to do before you're 30 is you need to overcome your fears. I mean, your fears are the only thing holding you back, basically. A lot of people, the first thing that kills you before any other thing you're scared of is the fear itself. You need to, at this stage, you need to know what your fears are and find ways to overcome them. Is it fear of public speaking, fear of rejection? Is it fear of your past? Let it go. Is it fear of talking to strangers? Fear of starting something new. Some people it's just fear of relationships, falling in love. You need to overcome your fears. You never know where your strength lies until you're able to like face your fears in the eyes and overcome them, basically. And this just sets the tone for you to become great, to achieve whatever it is you set your mind on, basically. Yeah. So the 10th thing you need to do before you're 30 is you need to treat yourself to something expensive. Why? Because you deserve it. Yeah, I know I said, oh, save money. Yes, you should save money, but then once in a while you need to treat yourself to something expensive, because if you don't treat yourself that way, how will people know how to treat you? That is part of self-love. I mean, if you've been disciplined enough, you deserve to get yourself a very cute bag. Why not get it? Take yourself for lunch, eat a very expensive meal. Go to the movies by yourself. Don't wait for someone to like want to take you to the movies. Really, that movie that just came out. Treat yourself. Have ice cream. Basically, just buy yourself something really expensive. Look good. Spoil yourself sometimes because you deserve it, like I said. Yeah. Yes. So the 11th thing you need to do is you need to take care of your health. I mean, health is wealth. At this stage of your life, you need to realize that your health is priority. There are a lot of things people did in their 20s that is affecting them now in their 50s and their 60s. You get. So learn to eat healthy, cut down on sugar, cut down on excess salt and carbohydrates. Go for your annual checkup with your doctor. You don't have to be sick, you don't have to have a fever, to check if you're fine, basically. I mean, without health, what's the point of striving for greatness, basically? Have a very healthy sleep pattern, distress, drink lots of water, just go do a lot of research on how to like stay healthy, keep fit, exercise and whatnot, basically. Yeah. So the 12th thing you need to do before you turn 30, you need to let go of grudges. You need to learn to forgive those who have hurt you, because I can assure you that a lot of people will hurt you. A lot of people will hurt you and they'll be sorry for it. A lot of people will hurt you and would not be sorry for it. And if you keep holding on to grudges, you would never grow. You'll stay stuck in a place that is called bitter. You become a very bitter and angry person. And guess what? People don't like bitter people. People don't like angry people. People run away from bitter people. And it's really not your fault that people hurt you, but you need to learn to accept the apology that people didn't give you. You need to learn to apologize on their behalf. This is when you begin to grow, basically. Yeah, so you need to forgive people, let them go. Just forgive people. You've hurt other people too, and sometimes you might not even know you've hurt other people too. So just make it look like, tell yourself, oh, they didn't even know they hurt me, and just let it go. Because at the end of the day, you benefit more when you forgive people, because you're giving yourself peace, and that is so priceless, basically. And number 13, just as you have forgiven other people, learn to forgive yourself. This is a lot of people's issue. I mean, sometimes it's very easy to like forgive people, you know, you're so good, you have a good heart and all that, but now when it's time to forgive yourself, you're so, no, I can't. How could I make such a mistake? How not? You're human. I mean, learn to forgive yourself, learn to let go of like everything you've done to yourself. Basically, learn to forgive yourself, because if you don't forgive yourself, this is what is going to happen. You're going to have a very low esteem about yourself. You're going to be stuck in the blame game, blaming yourself. How could I? You're going to be stuck in a place called shame. You're ashamed of yourself. I mean, ask yourself, do you even deserve to treat yourself that way? Forgiveness of self is the beginning of self-love, so you need to forgive yourself. Yeah. So you see, what number is this? Yeah, the 14th thing you need to do before you turn 30, you need to be somebody's hero. Yeah, be Superman, be Batman, be, you know, nah. So lend a helping hand. That's what I mean. You know, you go out every day and there's somebody in need. There's always somebody in need. I mean, people have needs in different levels. Some people need like $1 billion, and some people just need just 1,000 naira. I mean, it's so small. You get, so you might not be able to help everybody, but I can assure you, you can help one person. You know, there's some people that just need a meal. Some people need someone can afford to pay for people's school fees. It's fine. Someone can afford to pay for some people's meal, lunchtime. It's fine. But whatever it is, just lend a helping hand to somebody. I mean, it causes this ripple effect. When you help someone, tomorrow when they're in a position to help, they will feel like, oh, someone helped me. You know, they understand what it's like to be helped. So they always lend a helping hand also. So just let it be a ripple effect. Just lend a helping hand, so this person can lend a helping hand, and always do it for nothing. Do it for nothing. You feel so fulfilled helping somebody else. So the 15th thing you need to do is you need to stop living for social media. Social media is a scam. I mean it with all the goodness in my heart. But you know, a lot of people are living like fake lives on social media. So why do you want to give yourself such high blood pressure living for social media? For people that don't even care. I mean, you don't need to be on all the social media platforms. Be on the platforms that are productive for you. But if you're on a social media platform that is all about you, like looking at other people's lives and comparing their lives to your lives and feeling bad about your life and feeling like you're not growing, you need to disable that account. Basically, you need to do that. You need to understand that people don't show the worst parts of their lives on social media. Everybody is just trying to show the good parts, which might not be all that good sometimes. So stop living for social media and begin to grow. Basically, begin to use your social media account for a good cause, for something productive, you know, and whatnot. Yeah. So the 16th thing you need to do before you turn 30, you need to start a side business. If you plan to be wealthy, if you plan to be rich, at this point you understand that your 9-to-5 job would not give you the wealth you desire, and even when you're old and grey and old, you would not hand over your 9-to-5 job to your children. They can't inherit your 9-to-5 job. What they will inherit is your business. And the beautiful thing about starting your side business in your 20s is because you're able to do try and error. You're able to, you know, try one business, fail at it, try another business. So before you turn 30, you can know what your niche is. You know what's actually what you have a passion for, what you're good at, basically, and you learn to grow a business. You get. So imagine starting your business in your 40s. You don't have the luxury of, you know, trial and error, basically. But in your 20s, you can, you know, learn from your mistakes and all that. Basically, you grow. And the thing about learning to grow a side business is it makes you responsible. You know, you're responsible for a whole business. You know, it makes you very diligent in your finances. Also, it helps you to take care of your finances, because you know money doesn't come easy. You have to work for it, and when you work for something, you value it, basically. So the 17th thing will make you progress is get a mentor. Yes, so like I said in my previous video, A mentor is basically someone who you just sit on the shoulders of their experiences, and you don't have to make the same mistakes they've made before because they've been there, they've done that. So what you're doing is just leveraging on their experience, leveraging on their mistakes, so you don't have to repeat the same thing, and you tend to save more time for yourself basically. So a mentor is just kind of like a guard. They are like guardian angels, like they know the loopholes, they know where you will make progress basically. So get a mentor, because at this stage you really do not know it all, even in as much as you would think you know it all. In as much as you're reading and all that, a mentor is just like someone you can actually talk to any day, anytime. They understand what you're going through because they've been there basically. Yeah. So the 18th thing you need to do is become bilingual. Yeah, and by this, obviously, learn a new language aside English or aside the language because you never can tell when you will need it to get a job, to get a promotion, to make a new connection, to maybe build a new relationship that is beneficial to you. So it's just very important to learn a new language. So I currently use an app called Bilingual, and currently I'm learning how to speak Spanish. I hope I make myself proud. Yeah, so it's actually like a good app, so just try it out if you're interested. And the beautiful thing about your 20s is that you have the luxury of time, like I said earlier on, to learn a language, because it's actually not easy to learn a new language, truth be told. So but imagine your 40s, you won't have that time to start learning a new language. So try it now basically. So the 19th thing you need to do is live all by yourself before you become 30. I mean, live alone, not with your parents, not with your partner, just by yourself. What this will do is it will help you get to know who you are. A lot of people don't know who they are, they don't know what they like, what they don't like. It will help you get to know yourself. I understand that sometimes it can be really hard to get like an accommodation. That's why I'm not saying do it forever. You get, if you have family members you stay with, it's fine, but then just for 1 year. I actually did that. I stayed alone for 1 year, and oh boy, I learned a lot of things. I learned to not always depend on people. There are a lot of things I began to realize about myself. So that's what staying alone helps you do. It helps you just get to know yourself on a very deep level basically. Yeah. So the 20th thing you need to do is make connections. At this stage you begin to build friendships, and not just any friendship, friendship that are good for where you're going to. You must have a vision for your life. So friendship that help you make those vision a reality. You must learn to meet new people basically. Network. Your network is your net worth basically. So meet new people. It's easier at this stage to meet people, to know who's good for you, to let go of toxic people, let go of people that are not good for you basically. So basically just build friendships, make connections, network, always network basically. 21, plan to attend a big event. Yeah, this is part of what makes up or sums up your experience in life. It could be a live concert, the Olympics, the World Cup. I know right now we are in the middle of a pandemic, so a lot of things are changing, but things will definitely get back to normal, hopefully. Plan to attend a big event. It's part of you gathering experiences. You would love it, you will enjoy it. Don't just stay stuck in your house all through your 20s, learning nothing, experiencing nothing. Nah, you need to experience the world, see the world basically. Yeah. So the 22nd thing you need to do before you turn 20, you need to learn to say no. No is a sentence on its own. You don't need to add anything, you don't need to subtract anything. No. If you do not learn to say no at this stage of your life, people are going to use you. People are going to cross your boundaries. Saying no is you setting boundaries for yourself. You need to learn to have respect for yourself, and that starts with saying no. A lot of people are too nice to a fault. They feel bad saying no to people. You need to learn to say no, especially when it doesn't favor you, especially when it's very inconveniencing for you. Say no. Yes, so this is number 23. Volunteer for a cause you love. Yeah, volunteer. It could be teaching people that cannot afford to go to school. If you have a passion for academics, teach children, a lot of children that cannot, their parents can afford to pay school fees. Why don't you volunteer to teach them? You know, it could be like the old people's home. You love old people, you know, they are lonely, you know, spend time with them, tell them stories. It could be with the disabled people, you know, you want to like spend time with them, you want to help them one way or the other. Just volunteer for a cause you love. It will help you live beyond yourself. You know, we're not in life for just ourselves. We are living here on earth for other people. A life that is spent for other people is always a fulfilled life, basically. So volunteer for a cause you love, yeah, basically. And 24, donate to charity. He that gives receiveth, yeah, donate to charity. I mean, like, if you have, it doesn't have to be like just money. If you have excess clothes, shoes, bags, pretty stuffs, you know, donate to charity. You don't even have to have excess. I mean, if you have more than one, give. I mean, give. He who waters would in turn be watered. This is just a principle of life. I mean, sometimes the best way to be a happy person is just to give, you know. And what other better way than to donate to charity, basically. So give today. So, number 25, you need to learn a new skill. I mean, life building skill, basically. Like, you know, it is very wrong to depend on your 9-to-5 job. Totally. So building a new skill helps you to like diversify, basically. It helps you, like, you can do something, and even if you can't do something, you can learn. That's the essence of learning a new skill. It could be sewing, it could be mending shoes, it could be makeup, you know, just learn a new skill, basically. And it can even go beyond the works of your hand. It could be emotional intelligence. Oh, it is so key now, like public speaking. There are a lot of things you could learn that will help you in life in the long run. So learn life changing skills that will help you, basically. Yeah. And the next thing you need to do, I think this is 26, you need to go on dates. Yeah. Don't be stuck at home and just expect your husband to look at you in your house. Don't mind me. That's what my sister is always telling me. But sure, this is a period where you need to go on dates. So when I say go on dates, I don't mean what you think I mean. Going on dates helps you to kind of know the kind of person you want to end up spending the rest of your life with. How do you know the kind of person? If we've not gone on dates with different people, get to meet different people, you know, have coffee, have lunch together, get to know their mindset, get to know where they're heading to in life. You know, it helps you narrow down basically where you want to choose your life partner, basically. So go on dates, meet people. You have the luxury of time in your 20s. I mean, don't be in a hurry to, don't attack me for this, but don't be in a hurry to settle down. You will settle down, you get, eventually. But then you need to sacrifice this time to, you know, get to meet people, get to know what exactly you want in people. And how do you do that? By spending time with people on dates. Just dates. Okay, so the 27th thing you need to do before you're 30 is you need to make plans towards owning your own property. Yes, all the money you're saving, all the investments you're making, you should make plans to get your own property. I mean, don't you plan to have your own property? It's actually like a wise thing to do. I mean, you don't want to be living on rent for the rest of your life, right? So this is the path to freedom. Make the sacrifices now. Get your own landed property. It will help you, and in the long run, you could begin to acquire other properties that you begin to lease out to people and rent out as a source of income. I mean, like multiple streams of income, basically. So it's a wise thing to start getting your own properties at this point in your life. Don't just spend your money on bags and shoes and makeup. They're gonna go out of style and vogue. Nah, like, I mean, your landed property will not go out of vogue. You can always renovate your house, basically. So yeah. So the next thing, 28th thing you need to do is you need to develop your relationship with God. Yes, you need to develop your relationship with God. Basically, it is very important. It's very key. You need to, at this point, you need to understand that life is more spiritual than physical. Yes, and you need to understand that there's a force beyond us, a supernatural force, God Almighty. that's in charge of this world. I mean, you need to develop your relationship with God. You need to understand that God is a loving Father. His plan for you is to bring you to an expected end. The scripture says that his thoughts towards you are good and not evil. And how do you know this thought towards you if you don't even have a relationship with this person that means so well for you? So begin to build a relationship with God. Spend time in the place of prayer. Study your Bible. Attend fellowship. Grow spiritually, basically. Yeah. So we are on 29. We're on 29. So you need to discover your purpose before you're 30. I mean, you shouldn't do it before you're 20. But then a lot of us begin to really understand this thing called life and purpose in our 20s. I started doing that in my 20s, so I'm not castigating anybody. But yeah, when you discover your purpose, you understand the essence of life and the reason why you're here. If you don't understand the essence of why you're existing, it becomes frustrating. It leads to frustration because you're like, why am I even here safe? When you go through any turbulence in life, you're like, why the heck am I here? But living a life of purpose gives you that sense of, yes, I'm here to achieve something. So even when things don't go your way, you're on a course, basically. Discover your purpose. And the only way to discover your purpose is to ask God. Yeah, because he's the one that sent you here. He sent you here on an assignment. That assignment is your purpose. How do you know if you don't ask the person that sent you here? So you develop a relationship with God. It's the same thing. Then ask him, God, why exactly am I here? Why exactly am I sent here? Your purpose is you solving a particular problem here on earth. That means you are a solution to a problem here on earth. That's to tell you that you're not useless. You're totally useful and wanted here on earth. Fulfilling your purpose gives you a sense of fulfillment. Yeah, it gives you that will, that zeal to want to live, to see the next day, because yes, you have to accomplish something. There's a driving force to why you're existing, basically. Yeah. So the 30th thing and the last thing you need to do, maybe not the last thing, but 30 things. So the 30th thing you need to do is you need to choose your partner wisely. Listen to me, wisely. Yes. Because it's very easy to be, oh, mushy mushy, butterflies in the tummy, oh, I love him, I love her, and you don't choose wisely. Because all those things are just chemical reaction. So you need to let go of that chemical reaction and choose wisely, because marriage is not like relationships where you just like break up and whatever. It's marriage. And you might think, oh yeah, you could always get a divorce. No, you should not think of divorce. It's not a good thing. It's not nice. You get, I mean, like, respect to all those who are going through a divorce right now, but it's not like they love their situation. So that is the essence of choosing your partner wisely. I mean, like, take your time. Don't just rush into marriage. You will get married. You get, like, it is still there to you apart. So you will get married till the end. So why don't you sacrifice this your 20s? Maybe not all of it, basically, but you have enough time to get to know people, get to know the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, know what your deal breakers are, study them and ask yourself sincere questions. I mean, can I do this with this person till death do us apart? And when I'm saying death do us apart, I'm talking 50, 60 years, 70 years. Can I stand this person? I mean, you don't have to marry someone, and that doesn't have to make them your enemy. You can always be friends, you get. So it is important. And if you don't know how to choose, I mean, go meet a relationship coach, meet people that have successful marriages, and ask questions, read books on marriages, successful marriages, and ask God for guidance, basically. So choose wisely. Yay, we did it! 30 things, and I'm so happy and I'm so proud of you for sticking with me through this video. And yeah, let me just give you one last tip for being diligent to stay all through to the end. This extra bonus point is this: fail, and fail a lot. Yes, in your 20s you have the luxury of failing and failing a lot. What that means is that you're growing and you're learning from your mistakes. If you don't fail, I don't think you're advancing, because you cannot just do one thing. I mean, you can do one thing and get it right at first, but then in the game of life you have to fail. But when you fail, the next time you're doing it, you're becoming better at what you tried earlier on. And there are a lot of things you will learn from failure that you can never learn from success. Failure humbles you and gives you the ability to start again wisely. So, my dear, if you failed in your 20s, please, you're on the right track. Fail again and again and again. Not too much, but fail. But become better whenever you rise up. Failure is like you like falling down, but don't just fall down and stay stuck there. It's okay to like count your losses, lick your wounds, but always rise up. And when you rise up better, greater, smarter, like a badass. Yeah, I'm so happy, you guys. Thank you for sticking with me through this video. I hope you found it so productive. I hope you loved it. I want to know, what do you think? I would like to have your feedback, so just drop it down on my comment section below. And if you loved this video, please and please and please like it and share it to others, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not done that. And if you want to send me a private message, you could always send me a mail. Yeah, and also tell me topics you would like me to talk about. Yeah, and also follow me on my social media accounts. Tell your friends about me, and do not forget to try something new. And to all my lovely people that are above 20, that is not a death sentence. I mean, you could always try again. I mean, you could always try again. Where there's life, there's hope. So till next time, I love you. I love you so much. I love you. I gotta go. Bye, guys.